This 24-hour period is being observed as World Population Day, and we have some interesting information about this year's theme. Hi, I'm Theodore Henry, and today on the pages of Jamaica Magazine, we'll also be looking at the ease with which taxpayers can now use the online tax administration services. So stay with us as I take you through this edition of Jamaica Magazine.
Want to know the law pertaining to renting a house? What about the procedure if you're arrested? Or what is defined as corruption? Then click on the Ministry of Justice website. It has information on every law passed in Jamaica. The House of Parliament portal also has the more recent year's pieces of legislation. The sites are easy to search and the files are downloadable. Make access to justice your business. Know your rights.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, July 11. Businessman Christopher Zaka will chair a team to assist the government in determining the strategic directions and organizational restructuring at Petrojam. This and other cabinet decisions were disclosed by Prime Minister Andrew Holness during yesterday's sitting of Parliament. We have more in this report from Shernette Bird.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who now has oversight for the energy portfolio, told the House that Petrojam's role in Jamaica's energy security and commercial viability was in need of a strategic review. This, he says, is due to the current imposition of sanctions against Petrojam's co-owners Venezuela and the stall in needed upgrades at the refinery.
So Cabinet has therefore noted the need to put in place a team to assist government and the board to determine the strategic directions of the organization, as well as to assist in organizational restructuring to enable the entity to realize the plans cast.
The other members joining Christopher Zaka on that team will be named by next Tuesday. A new general manager for the oil refinery will also be announced, as Floyd Grindley has agreed to depart. In further attempts to bring a greater accountability to the governance of Petrojam and other public bodies, the Ministry of Finance is to give Cabinet proposed amendments to the Public Bodies Management and Accountability Act. Prime Minister Holness also revealed that ministers through the Cabinet Secretary and Permanent Secretary will now have to approve travel for public officials. Meanwhile, persons being considered for board positions must disclose their residency status. To ensure transparency with donations to and from public bodies, the Finance Ministry is to establish a ceiling for donations approved by boards. The ministry must also establish the number of times a single applicant can benefit and outline a uniformed application and approval process.
If the entity wishes to make donations above the ceiling, then such donations should be channeled to a grant-making agency of the government.
The Prime Minister has also announced that entities financed by the Consolidated Fund will no longer be allowed to allocate a budget for corporate social responsibility and donations, except for matters dealing with human resource and staff welfare. Cabinet will have to give approval for all sole source retainer contracts, and these must be included in annual reports. The Finance Ministry will also incorporate these requirements into its procurement policy.
Whatever issues are raised, the government will act to address them. This government has nothing to hide, and we are not shielding anyone, and we are not covering up anything.
Reporting for JIS News, I'm Shernette Bird.
The Ministry of Justice and the Attorney General's chambers have been instructed to examine and give special attention to a case that is now being appealed by the state. The court case, which spans 13 years, involves 14-year-old Taj Rowe, who suffers from brain damage. Prime Minister Andrew Holness gave the assurance to Taj's family during a visit to their home on Tuesday. Mr. Holness says while justice was being fast-tracked, he was moved to make a personal donation to the family. That donation, the Prime Minister says, will span beyond now.
There is a sense that has to be built in this society that we care for persons who are marginalized, less fortunate, vulnerable. And so the state bureaucracy has to follow the law, and has to try and perfect the law almost. And the Attorney General's department has that duty, and they are following that. But it can't be to the expense of compassion. And I have that duty to give a direction to the state that we must be compassionate and caring about our citizens, and I have to lead by example in that regard.
In other news, the House of Representatives has adopted all 77 amendments made by the Senate to the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency MOCA bill. The decision came during a sitting of the House on Tuesday. National Security Minister Horace Chang says the passage of the bill signals confidence in the unit's ability to bring about significant improvements in the security force's capacity to deal with organized crime and corruption. MOCA is an autonomous body which has principal responsibility to investigate corruption.
The legislation itself is designed to protect that integrity and autonomy and ensure that Jamaica can have this kind of body which will be seen in a special way, particularly Jamaica, to deal with organized criminal activity and corruption.
The passage of the MOCA bill will allow for, among other things, the appointment of a Director General. The bill was first approved by the lower house in January with 61 amendments and in the Senate in June with 77. And finally, the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation is this week carrying out drain cleaning activities in several communities across the corporate area. Deputy Mayor Winston Ennis gave details on the project at yesterday's monthly meeting of the corporation. The drain cleaning exercise is being financed through the corporation's Equalization Fund. The annual program seeks to reduce flooding, which usually occurs during rainy periods.
As we speak, we have the engineer department out in the field. They're out in the fields, looking at the fields, and in phase one, we're going to have 21 divisions.
The divisions benefiting under Phase 1 include Raytown, Seaview Gardens, Dehaney Park, Tivoli Gardens, Havendale, Norman Gardens, Springfield, Barbican, Mavis Bank, Norbrook, Payneland, Hagley Park, and Casher Park. Under Phase 2, critical drains in communities in the other 19 divisions of the municipality will be cleaned. The project is expected to last until September. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
It takes so long, man. People have places to go, you know. Tell them what they're about to do.
Happy and nice. You know how much people me have to deal with before I reach here, sir? You're lucky.
Put 3 bills for number 5.
Wait. We can place the bet with you? Yeah, man. You see when you win with we, you get a little extra. So what you say?
Police, nobody move. Illegal gambling is a criminal offense. If convicted, you could face a fine of up to $1 million or up to 18 months in prison. When gambling, choose licensed and registered gaming establishments. Stop illegal gambling now. Call Crime Stop at 311 to report illegal gambling. You don't have to give your name. A message from the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Commission.
Taxpayers can now do even more with the Tax Administration of Jamaica's online services. The Revenue Administration Information System Race 3 project is definitely an upgrade for the future.
The future of tax services is here. Taxpayers having the power to do business at their fingertips. It's thanks to a number of online services that come with the completion of a project done in 3 phases within 2 years to improve the tax administration system. Through the Revenue Administration Information System RAISE project, Tax Administration Jamaica has been able to roll out more value-added services. Since September 5, 2016, the list of online services have extended to include stamp duty and transfer tax, withholding taxes, environmental protection levy, betting, gaming and lotteries taxes, and trade and business licenses. Persons conducting property transactions will now be able to make payments for stamp duty and transfer tax at any TAJ office island-wide. But document processing is only done at 3 locations: Stamp Office on Harbour Street and the Maypen and Montego Bay tax offices. As part of the service enhancement through the RAISE platform, applying a Vermilion stamp to documents will now be replaced with the use of a barcode endorser which allows for these documents to be validated online. In respect of withholding taxes, these will all be managed via the RAISE platform. Taxpayers are able to file all withholding tax returns and pay their balances, as well as generate and/or claim withholding certificates from their online account. The withholding tax types include interest, dividends, contractors' levy and withholding tax on specified services, management fees, royalty and other miscellaneous taxes withheld at source. Additionally, prescribed persons will no longer be required to file a withholding tax on interest quarterly return, as the RAISE will be able to process the quarterly refund based on the filing of the monthly returns. Improvements through the Revenue Administration Information System RAISE platform is also changing how racing, lotteries and sports betting and gaming are administered. The changes include having persons in the betting, gaming and lotteries industry filing returns based on a due date. Other enhancements include weekly submission of returns being standardized, penalties charged for late payment, and demand notices issued for outstanding amounts. TAJ's rollout of RAISE 3 also allows for trade and business licenses to be managed through the new system, and persons can submit their applications and return when applying for a trade license. And in the event that a taxpayer does not apply for a renewal, the system will automatically generate an assessment. In ensuring the smooth rollout of the new online services, the TAJ prepared its staff through training. They also engaged several stakeholders such as the National Land Agency, Incorporated Master Builders Association, Jamaica Bankers Association, Bank of Jamaica and Jamaica Stock Exchange. Tax Administration Jamaica, raising the bar, improving service delivery through a modernized tax system.
As of May 31, whenever you are making local calls, you will have to use the area code 876 before you dial the existing 7-digit numbers in your contact list. This is because Jamaica will be receiving a new area code, 658. Yes, all Little Island will now have 2 area codes, and to ensure you're calling the right person, you will have to dial 10 digits. Don't worry, if this is new to you, you still have time to get used to it, because there is a 5-month permissive dialing period where you will be constantly reminded. 10-digit dialing, another step in making Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business.
Mandate of customs is to facilitate trade, protect Jamaica's borders, optimize revenue collection, deliver high-quality customer service, and develop and maintain a team of motivated, professional, and competent staff.
The Jamaica Customs Agency JCA is ensuring that Jamaicans are aware of all the happenings at customs through their public education engagement sessions. Customs meets the community. For the 4th stop in the series, Customs was in the Garden Parish of St. Anne.
Now embodied in our mission statement is the provision of high-quality customer service. And part of how we are going to achieve this is to ensure that we expand and enhance the channels through which we communicate with you. And this is one such method.
For the first engagement in May 2017 in St. Elizabeth, importing personal, commercial, restricted, prohibited and infringing goods and the processes and procedures for returning residents were among the topics on the agenda. The JCA works with various border control and regulatory agencies, and in August, citizens of Spanish Town and its environs learnt about importing and exporting plant products from one such agency, the Plant Quarantine Division of the Ministry of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries. Incentives and the processes for importing charitable items were also discussed. Portlanders in November received information on how to register a charity with a presentation from the Department of Cooperatives and Friendly Societies. The Pesticides Control Authority, another regulatory partner of the JCA, was also on hand to present information on the importation of pesticides.
Do we have any operators of duty-free shops in here?
Ocho Rios is one of the tourist hubs on the island where visitors engage in duty-free shopping. And so for the St. Anne leg, establishing duty-free shops was on the agenda.
First of all, to be a duty-free operator, you have to be approved by customs. You have to be licensed by customs. So you have to be an approved entity, right? So you can't just get up tomorrow morning and say you're setting up a duty-free shop. You have to tell us the items that you intend to stock in a duty-free shop. And you have to pay for your license, of course, in the form of check. And it is the equivalent of the US dollar amount, which is US $4,000. And if you have additional shops, per shop you pay US $1,000.
In addition to this, letters stating the particulars of the directors of the company and a floor plan for the shop should be submitted during the application process. Other documents to be submitted include a general bond for the warehousing of goods, as well as certified copies of the constitution of the company. The agency is in consultation with various stakeholders to make legislative changes as it relates to repealing and replacing the old Customs Act. Through the proposed changes, access to information and conducting business with the agency will be improved.
There are a number of things that we want to do with our new legislative reform program. One of the things that we want to do is to ensure that you have the information that you need in order for you to be able to do business with us. So you need to know what are the laws in relation to a particular matter. We're committing that we're going to tell you.
They're geared to create, build, and reward farmers or enterprises in agriculture to improve and expand their production.
Farmers can receive 20% duty concession on farm vehicles, raw materials used in farming, as well as remission of duties on agricultural equipment, machinery, and products.
The farmer applies through RADA. RADA writes a letter on the farmer's behalf explaining that this farmer is a bona fide farmer, and then we then write a letter to the Commissioner of the Jamaica Customs Agency. They do their checks, and then the imports are processed on the Asecuda platform system at Jamaica Customs Agency. So whenever you actually access this incentive in the future, if you plan to import again, you do not have to go through the process of the ministry.
Want more information about receiving agricultural incentives? Contact the Ministry of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries. You can get additional information on the establishment of duty-free shops by contacting the Jamaica Customs Agency. To stay in the know, join the JCA when they travel to the Mannings High School on July 12. They're ready to hear your feedback, answer your questions, and address your concerns. The Jamaica Customs Agency, serving country above self.
Looking to enhance your professional skills and competencies with training of the highest quality? Then apply today to the Justice Training Institute, JTI. JTI offers certificate courses in computer applications, CSEC Math and English, financial crimes investigation, courtroom protocols and procedures, diplomas in paralegal studies, court reporting, and more. For more information, call 928-4624, visit us at 4 Camp Road, or go to the website jti.edu.jm. The Justice Training Institute, training for improved performance.
Did you know that if parents die without a will but have left behind a minor and had assets, that minor could be entitled to those assets? Well, the Attorney General's Department stands in proxy for minors in those situations. If you still don't get it, take a look at just what I mean.
Yo, Kevin, what going? You know play ball with them and them?
Yo, you know, say I think happened to me the other day, my youth. Have me away, I'm never gonna lie to you.
How happened?
You know, some day I stress out and I grieve. You know my brother John?
Yeah.
You know, so the man say him sick, and we carry him to the hospital. And the man just dead, so. Dead left him daughter, no will. Yeah, and him two daughter, them called Ashley at 9 and Gabriel at 13, so we really don't know what to do.
Boy, sorry for hearing that, you know. You never have no will?
Yo, I just said that already, man. Yo, man not left no will. If he left a will, would I know what to do. I really don't know what to do.
So him never have house, car, bank account? You must at least NHT contribution.
Yo, if I tell you the truth, my brother very secretive. So I really don't know. I just know the fact say he's a teacher, and I know them pay him through the bank, so he would have a bank account. I know say him buy a house last year. The car where him have, I never know if I fee him. So I really don't know. That may say if in the left a will, would I really know where him have or what to do. But we really don't know what to do.
No, I did hear upon the radio still, Administrator General's Department deal with them matter there, you know.
Administrator General's Department. What them do really? What them really do?
Well, government office, man. Them, whenever people dead without will and them have kids under 18, them deal with the assets.
So you say Administrator General's Department, them deal with them thing there? Push for the Administrator General's Department there.
12 Ocean Boulevard.
Yeah, but I really like to go down there still and find out from them what them can do, because I tell us so we really don't know what to do. I tell you the truth.
Follow them play some ball, man. Me follow go down there tomorrow.
Respect.
That's right. If someone dies and did not leave a will, leaving children under the age of 18 years old and have assets such as property, bank accounts and motor vehicle, you must report the death of the person to the Administrator General's Department.
Good morning, gentlemen. How may I help you?
Hello, good morning. I have a situation, I hope you can help me. My brother died last week, and I don't know what to do.
Did he leave a will?
No, he didn't leave a will.
Okay, I'm going to ask that you complete this document for us.
To process the report of a death, you will need to complete a form of particulars witnessed by a Justice of the Peace or a notary public. You also have to submit an original death certificate, proof that you're related to the deceased, for example, birth certificate, marriage certificate, proof of assets such as bank passbook, land ownership documents, share certificates, motor vehicle documents, insurance policies, certificate of deposit. You will also need to provide a small sum towards administration expenses if no cash is left by the deceased. Before reporting a death, you can visit our offices for further information. In Kingston, 3rd floor at the Office Center Building, 12 Ocean Boulevard, or call us 922-183023. You can also visit our Western office at the 2nd floor of the National Housing Trust Building at 42B Union Street, Montego Bay, St. James. Telephone 630-4261. Our website is at www.agd.gov.jm. That's the Administrator General's Department, securing your legacy.
Today is being observed as World Population Day, and this year's theme is Family Planning is a Human Right. Implemented by the Governing Council of the United Nations Development Programme, World Population Day is aimed at focusing on the seriousness and significance of population issues, such as the importance of family planning and gender equality. So here it is. As an individual, you are entitled to the right of freely determining the number of children you want and the spacing of your children, because family planning is a universally affirmed human right. And keep in mind that as of May 2018, the world's population is estimated to have reached 7.6 billion people, with only a little over 2.8 million of those living in our country. So know your rights, exercise them, and think about the issues of global impact as we all work to make Jamaica the place of choice to raise our families.
What that? Lord! Over here, so they come with the bulldozer. A long
long time to go down at HAJ, go start up payment them, you know. Oh, and the construction of a mass like them a go. Me can't live like this no more. Me not bother wait. Me a go down at HAJ today, go get me title straight.
Residents of former Operation Pride communities, pay, don't wait. Get your title straight. Contact the Housing Agency of Jamaica.
The type of Jamaica we have, I know the type of Jamaica we want, and the type of Jamaica we want, I know the type of Jamaica we have. With the bang 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 type of Jamaica we have, I know the type of Jamaica we want, and the type of Jamaica we want, I know the type of Jamaica we have. We want a righteous Jamaica, want a loving Jamaica. Want a peaceful Jamaica, want a crime-free Jamaica, and we want the nicest Jamaica, and the brightest Jamaica, want the richest Jamaica, and the fittest Jamaica. But the type of Jamaica we have, I know the type of Jamaica we want, and the type of Jamaica we want, I know the type of Jamaica we have. But the bang 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 type of Jamaica we have. I know the type of Jamaica we want, and the type of Jamaica we want. I know the type of Jamaica we have. Crime only mash up Jamaica, injustice a mash up Jamaica, corruption a mash up Jamaica, partiality a mash up Jamaica, unity build up Jamaica, good morality build up Jamaica, honesty build up Jamaica, integrity build up Jamaica. But the type of Jamaica we have, I know the type of Jamaica we want, and the type of Jamaica we want, I know the type of Jamaica we have. But the bang 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 type of Jamaica we have, I know the type of Jamaica we want, and the type of Jamaica we want, I know the type of Jamaica we have. Jamaica, 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 Jamaica. This is Jamaica, my sweet Jamaica, my sweet Jamaica. Give me back Jamaica, give me back Jamaica. The land of peace and love. The type of Jamaica we have, I know the type of Jamaica we want, and the type of Jamaica we want, I know the type of Jamaica we have. But the bang 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 type of Jamaica we have, I know the type of Jamaica we want, and the type of Jamaica we want, I know the type of Jamaica we have. We say no sell out Jamaica, we say no lease out Jamaica, we say no trust out Jamaica, we say no give out Jamaica. Now we want to live in Jamaica, raise families in Jamaica, do business in Jamaica, and enjoy the sweet in Jamaica. Jamaica, 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 Jamaica.
As always, we want to thank you for staying with us on Jamaica Magazine. But if you missed anything from today's show, then you can watch it all again on our website or on our YouTube channel. And don't forget to keep up with us via our Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter pages. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Theodore Henry. You take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.